Hello everyone, today's lesson is lesson 33, rounding numbers and estimating. Now sometimes we don't need to know the exact amount to describe a situation. And in that case we can round numbers to a specific place value. So here it says round 523 to the nearest hundred. Okay. So if I looked on a number line, okay, and I had 400, 500, and 600. Okay. When I want to round to the nearest hundred, I'm going to look at it's the hundreds place that I'm rounding, so that's the 5. Okay. So if I put 523 on the number line, it would be over here, pretty close to 500. Okay. So since it falls between since it's nearer to 500 than 600, I would round 523 down to 500. Okay. What about this one? So this says in a presidential election, each state is assigned a certain number of electoral votes. Based on the 2000 census, the state of Florida was assigned 27 electoral votes, and the state of Texas was assigned 34 electoral votes. About how many electoral votes can a candidate win altogether in those states? Since it has the word about, that means we can estimate. So we're going to round each number to nearest 10. So the number 27 rounds up to 30. And we know this because the number 2 is the number we're rounding. So I look at the number next to it. The 7 is bigger than 5. So if the number is 5 or bigger, then we round up to the next number. So 27 would round up to 30. Okay. Then we have 34. 3 is the number I'm rounding, and 4 is the number I'm going to look at. So the 4 is less than 5. So if it's less than 5, that means we round down to the previous tens. So 30 plus 30 equals 60. So there are about 60 electoral votes. Okay. This says the average depth of the East China Sea is 620 feet. The average depth of the Yellow Sea is 121 feet. To the nearest 100 feet, about how many feet deeper is the average depth of the East China Sea? Since it says to the nearest 100 feet, we can go ahead and round these numbers. 620 is going to round down to 600 because 2 is less than 5. So this is going to round to 600. And then 121 is going to round down to 100 because the 2 is less than 5. 600 minus 100 equals 500. So it's about 500 feet deeper in the East China Sea. Okay, on this next problem it says a community theater group is giving 4 performances at a play. The theater can seat 424 guests. All of the tickets for each performance have been sold. Estimate the total number of guests who plan to see the performances by first rounding the number of guests for each performance to the nearest 100. So we're going to take 424 guests and round this. So again, the hundreds place is what I'm rounding, so I look at the place next to it. The 2 tells us we're going to round down. So 424 rounds down to 400. Now we're going to multiply 400 times 4 because there's 4 performances. Okay, so 4 times 0 is 0, 4 times 0 is 0, and 4 times 4 is 16. So there will be about 1,600 guests coming to the theater. Okay. When estimating, we don't always have to round numbers to the nearest 10 or 100 or 1,000. Sometimes we can use compatible numbers, which are numbers that are easy to compute mentally. Okay, so here we have Leela's car traveled 129 miles and used 4 gallons of gas. How many miles did the car travel on each gallon? So instead of changing 129 to 130, I actually can round this to 128 because I know I can divide 128 divided by 4. Okay, so 4 can't go into 1, so 4 goes into 12 3 times. 4 times 3 is 12. We subtract, bring down the 8. 4 goes into 8 2 times. 4 times 2 is 8. Subtract 0. So this car can travel 32 miles for every gallon. Okay, and that's it for this lesson. Good luck on your homework.